So Meredith Belbin's team roles. Well, Belbin's team roles have enabled thousands of individuals and organisations, and I mean it, worldwide, to help them build productive working relationships, select and develop high-performing teams, raise self-awareness and personal effectiveness, and build mutual trust and understanding. Belbin's team roles are out there in the industry at the moment, and the way in which they look at it is going, okay, what do we have in our team? What are we missing? What are the key components that we need for this team to succeed? And Meredith Belbin was able to break this down into 9 individual roles that he believed that were needed for all businesses and all teams. So I want to take you through a couple of them today. So in the top corner here we have plant. They're highly creative, they're good at solving problems in unconventional ways. They're your ideas people, they're the people who pick something out there and go, oh, let's do this, oh, let's do this, oh, let's do this. A weakness in their role might be that they're great at coming up with ideas, just not really good at implementing them, so they're going to need people to implement. We have our monitor evaluators. They provide a logical eye, make impartial judgments where it's required, and they weigh up the options for the team. A specialist is a single-minded, self-starting, dedicated person who provides knowledge in their specialist field. So we'd often bring in specialists if we're working on a particular project that needs someone in that field. So say, for example, we're working on an implementation project with China. I would bring in a China specialist who understood the culture, who understood how to do business there, so we're able to work effectively as a team. Our shaper role challenges individuals and challenges the status quo. They provide the necessary drive to ensure the team keeps moving and doesn't lose focus throughout. You really do need a shaper within that team to keep pushing you along and along and along. The implementer, they plan, they're practical, they work a strategy and carry it out as effectively as possible. Our completer finisher, they're very useful at the end. Think about those people who come in at the end of projects and just get them done, who push it over the line, who on the last night are working till 3 AM in the morning to help push the project from a distinction to a high distinction. They're our completer finishers who are really good at picking up the errors and making sure that there's high standards of quality control. Our other column here are our more people-centered roles. So team workers, they help the team gel together. They use their versatility, they adapt, they mold into different roles as needed to make sure that things are completed. A resource investigator, very important. They provide that inside knowledge in the opposition. They make sure that the team's idea would carry out in the marketplace, and they really start investigating resources. They start investigating what's out there in the market, what's there at the moment, what's needed, and they're good at that sort of research area. We also have our chairman and our coordinators. They focus on the objectives, draw out team members, and delegate work appropriately. Essentially, they come up as that sort of leader where they go, this is what this person is doing, this is what this person is doing, and this is what this person is doing here. So how does that all look? Well, it's broken down into thought-oriented roles, action-oriented roles, and people-oriented roles. So our thought-oriented roles, they're our plants, our monitor evaluators, and specialists who are all about the thinking about the ideas. Our action-oriented roles are the people who are getting stuff done. Our shapers, our implementers, our completer finishers. And our people-oriented roles focus on people, focus on the soft skills. So encourage cooperation, acting as the chairperson, and exploring those opportunities. So that's how they're broken down. So why do we bother with Belbin's team roles, and why do we use it? Well, to create more balanced teams. Now, I want to go back to managerial communication when I was first teaching this. And I remember one of the guys who usually would be going with a group of Australian boys. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to find someone who came up with creative ideas, and he was just asking the class, who's creative, who's creative, who's creative? And found this shy, quiet Chinese girl who was incredibly creative in the way in which she drew and the way she thought abstractly. And they worked together to be an absolute amazing team for assignment 3. So teams can be unbalanced if you have the similar styles or behaviours or team roles. If everyone has the same strengths and same weaknesses, you're going to fall down in particular areas. So I think a great one there is that sort of idea generation. If you don't have someone coming up with the ideas, it's all well and good that all of you guys want to push forward, push forward, push forward, but where is the creative idea? And often when you have the same strengths, you end up competing rather than cooperating because you want to be in that role. Just think of a group full of chairpersons who are all trying to delegate tasks. Understanding Belbin's team roles helps you ensure that the roles are all the roles are covered and that any potential behavioural tensions or weaknesses among team members are addressed. By understanding your role within a particular team, you can develop your strengths and manage your weaknesses as a team member and improve how you contribute to a team.